Hey, John.
Good afternoon.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing good today. How about you guys?
Fantastic. Hey, John, so my name's Manav, and I'm an
Can you spell
associate
that,
at
please?
McKinsey. It's M-U-N-A-S.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I'm an associate at McKinsey and Company, and sorry about that. We're really interested in learning a little bit more about the record-keeping space along with TPAs, and saw your profile and thought you'd be a great person to have a conversation with to just learn a little bit more about the dynamics in the industry, past and present, and where you feel that the industry is headed. So just wanted to have a conversation with that today on the call, hoping to just answer a couple of the pointed questions that I've developed just having talked to a couple of other experts over the past couple of days.
Okay.
But then would like to make it as conversational as possible and just kind of get your insights into what business models you think are here to stay versus what business models might just deteriorate because of the lack of need or any other regulatory or business dynamic situations that you could be able to help us with.
Okay. And your call cut out, the phone cut out just as you were in the opening sentence there. So what's the scope that you want us to focus on then? As I remember, 401k and 529 area, or broader than that?
No, correct. So for my call, I have a colleague that's actually focused on the 529 area, but what I'm focused on is exclusively the record-keeping space as it pertains to the 401k landscape, and actually even smaller, and talking more about the small and micro plans only. Right. So we can broaden. Yeah, we can broaden up the conversation as we talk about the dynamics and what business models are here to stay and win. But for the couple of pointed questions that I have initially, just talking a little bit more about TPAs and the like,
right.
I'd just like to talk more about the small and micro space, just because from what we understand, as you go up into the mega and the jumbos, relationships and movements have been built over many years, right? So it's not an area that you
super.
Really
okay.
Right.
Okay, so for context, how much of my I never know how much of my background you've seen. Do you see where I've worked before?
So let me pull up the thing that GLD sent me. So they mentioned that you were a VP at Fidelity, right?
That's correct.
And you, I think that's all it says basically, and it says that you can 401k record-keeping space.
Yeah, so let me put some context on that. So yes, I was a VP at Fidelity, working in both operations and technology over the course of my career there. The way Fidelity is organized is the 401k record-keeping space is its own functional business unit, and my role was to work from the center to actually work with that business unit as well as several others. So obviously our retail side would be a big space there as well. And the broadest, deepest experience I had working with the 401k space was actually in driving an enterprise-wide program focused on electronic delivery of basically all the regulatory materials.
Okay, great.
To specifically the participants, but also coordinating to the plan sponsors as well. So
okay, very cool.
That's where I can give you the greatest step. Yeah,
that's fantastic. And if we don't happen to touch on your space, even your perspective, just having been in the industry for such a long time, will definitely be incredibly valuable for me regardless. So, but John, I just wanted to start off with one very pointed question, just because it's something that I wanted to just clarify in case you knew it. But we were talking about the economics in the small and micro space. So the way we are looking at it is that you have four major players. You have four major contributors. You have the record keepers, or even before the record keepers, you have the intermediaries, who are the financial analysts and the wealth managers. After that, you have your record keepers. Post that, you have TPAs if they're brought on, and then you have the asset managers, right? And what we were trying to do was just assign to each contributor a basis point